Hello people, and in today's video we're going to have a look at a descent on the mountain bike from Stoodley Pike to Lee Bottom Road. Stoodley Pike is in West Yorkshire above the hills of Todmorden and Hebden Bridge, and the grid reference is SD 973242. And today's descent covers a course of 1.89 miles where we will drop 663 feet. And the quickest time for this descent is 6 minutes and 2 seconds, and a top 10 you've got to be under 10 minutes and 17 seconds. And to hit 6 minutes you really have to be flying down there. That's an impressive time. But this section today wasn't about PRs and breaking any records, it was about having a fantastic descent on superb dry conditions. You can see the path ahead, that's the trail we're going down, and it's absolutely fantastic. So let's get on board and enjoy the action. So here I'm using a forward facing GoPro Session mounted underneath the seat post. And again, for that shot there I've just reversed the camera angle. And it's always nice to look at the fork soaking up all the impacts and shock from this really compacted ground. As you can see, it's dry, it's dusty, and the trail is clearly marked out ahead. And the bike I'm using is a white T129. I've had it now since 2012, so it's actually quite an old model. It's got a blend of XT and SLX components. It works really well, it's a very comfy ride. It is actually a 29er with 2.2 tyres. Again, there's been so many variations of tyre size, wheels, gears, and I'm running a 2x10 setup. I think today we're up to like 1x12, and today it's very difficult to keep up with the latest components on bikes, mountain bikes and road bikes, and the companies seem to have you always wanting to buy the latest kit. We're quickly approaching a gate here, having dropped 100 foot already, and the gate is at SD 97792428. This is part of the Pennine Way. And this is where the trail now gets pretty interesting. It starts to drop significantly and you can build up a lot of speed. What I find is with these tyres, they're not really made for this kind of terrain when it's super dry. They're a bit better in the mud because of the knobbles on them. Riding on this stuff at speed, it's like riding on marbles, and you've got to watch it on the bends. If you pick the wrong line, you will slide off. But once you get the flow on these sections, you can see there I went a bit wide, but once you get the flow it's a really nice feeling. You can pump the bike, you can work the suspension, look ahead and try to pick the best line that suits your style of riding. And if you've noticed here, I've not pedalled much on this descent so far at all. It's all about bike control. Well, that's what I'm trying to do at least. So here we are now approaching London Road, and we've dropped down to the 950 foot contour. The location here is SD 97792428. We take a left and we've got quite a long hard section here. It's very aggressive to ride along. If you want to go quick along here, I'd take extra precaution. You can really crank the speed up. We've got some really hard slab and some really old gnarly pack horse trail. This is a very physical workout along here. You've got to be mindful as well because there's a gate along here, and if you're going way too quick. And cycling cross country like this, I always use SPD pedals. Personally I prefer them, and maybe that's because of my road routes being a glassback, but a lot of people I ride with also use platforms. I think you get better control. They also use seat dropper posts as well, and I'm not a fan of a dropper post. So now on this section of the trail, this is where it can get very fast. I mean really quick. I dare say a competent mountain biker could hit 30 miles an hour down here quite easily. And I think also a bit of local knowledge will help, just to where certain boulders are on the course or where you've got drainage ditches, because you can hit them pretty hard as well. And this trail as well is part of the Pennine Bridleway, and it is also part of the Mary Townley Loop, which is a really challenging ride of over 45 miles off-road. And it is one of the hardest things that I've ever actually done on a bike, and I really mean that. Riding over 40 miles off-road on a mountain bike is a really physically hard effort. I always get cramped doing it as well. It's not the distance, it's just riding this kind of terrain for so many hours. Your body really does get a battering. And as you can hear now from the air movement across the bike and my legs, this is getting to be the fastest part of this trail. It does get nice and quick actually, I do like it. And we're actually following the 800 foot contour, heading towards a gate at location SD 96852423. And we've now completed an arc around the pike. The pike will be to the left, probably just out of shot. So having got over that stile there, it's time now just to go down the final leg of this descent. Just go over that gravelly surface, and this is basically a fire road. It's super straight, it's pretty steep, and I maxed out at 29 miles per hour here. I did have some walkers coming up on the right just shortly, and then very quickly we approached Lee Bottom Road at a spot height of 638 feet above sea level. So there you have it, that was the descent of Stoodley Pike to Lee Bottom Road. Thank you for watching. Not bad that, I enjoyed it.